Hey y'all, I am back, and today we are reading about more haunted places in the United States, and today is Arkansas. I totally messed up in my last video and I said today was going to be California. I'm dumb. It's actually Arkansas, which I forget as a state. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry to all my Arkansasers out there. Arkansasers. And I actually have a lot for this video, like way more than I've had for my other videos, so I guess Arkansas is just like super haunted. Maybe everybody's dead there, maybe that's why I don't think it's a state. I have 24 of the most haunted places in Arkansas, but then I also have some Arkansas urban legends. I don't know if they're going to like cross over each other, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if some of the stories in one article are going to be in the next article, so if they are, I just won't read about them, but I thought it would be cool to read about the urban legends as well. So I'm going to scooch you on back. I don't know why I don't just start my videos back here with me leaning against my bed, but you know what? It's fine. Looks better far away. So this first place is called Old Redfield Road. Keep your eyes peeled when traveling Old Redfield Road in Sheridan. Reportedly, electrical items, i.e. flashlights and radios, stop working when you approach the area. Residents say they have seen ghosts walking along the road and meandering in the cemetery. Fort Smith Courthouse. The old courthouse that still stands in Fort Smith was the site of many a death sentence handed out in the late 19th century, several being handed down by famed hanging judge Isaac C. Parker. The hangings occurred outside of the courthouse. It is said that the ghosts of the condemned men still roam this area. Standing in the reconstruction of the gallows is even a spine-tingling experience for the visitors. Arkansas Tech University. A number of places at Arkansas Tech University in Russellville are said to be haunted. Two legends might explain these hauntings. One legend says that Caraway Hall is built on top of a Cherokee burial site. The other legend states that a student committed suicide in this building. Students have described hearing noises in the attic at Caraway Hall. Witherspoon Hall is said to be haunted by a ghost of a former student who plays a piano in the practice room. Tucker Coliseum, where a star basketball player was killed in a car accident, is also said to be haunted. The ghost is said to have left basketballs scattered around the court. Bauxite Historical Association Museum. The Bauxite Historical Association Museum's building, constructed in 1927, is now a museum of artifacts from bauxite's mining days. The location is said to be haunted. Visitors have heard disembodied footsteps in various locations, and a museum staff member said that one night she felt a ghost jump on her back while she was leaving work. That is absolutely terrifying. Highway 365. The story of the haunted hitchhiker on Highway 365 in Woodson is a popular one. The female apparition is said to appear on stormy nights and provides an address to drivers who pick her up, but witnesses say the girl disappears when you arrive at the given location. When asked about the strange event, the residents at the address claim the situation happens often, as their daughter was killed in a car accident. I've totally heard that one before. I have 100% heard that story before. I don't know if it's about this specific highway, but I feel like that's a pretty common, urban legend. Cotter Bridge. The railroad crossing at Marissus Saline Road in Crossit is haunted. A swinging light appears to be wandering the tracks at this location. Locals say the light comes from a spirit of a man who was decapitated after being struck by a train. Allegedly, the ghost is searching for his head. Mr. Lyle's house. Jimmy Lyles built this Jonesboro house in 1926, and local residents say there are several fun-loving spirits around the premises. The ghost of Mr. Lyle is said to have been seen wandering in areas of the house. The house underwent renovation in 2006. Construction workers taking a break one day claimed they heard a child laughing and running around on the second floor, but not a soul was inside when they checked. A family who lived in the house during the 1970s recalls their daughter waking up and screaming upon seeing a little boy at the foot of her bed smiling at her. He ran through the wall and disappeared. King Opera House. The King Opera House in Van Buren also has a legendary ghost story. The building is said to be haunted by the ghost of a murdered young actor who planned to elope with a young woman to the dismay of her father. The unfortunate actor was allegedly killed by the angry patriarch, and the young man's ghost has been spotted in the building even to this day. Avon Cemetery. A ghostly mother and child are said to haunt the Avon Cemetery in DeQueen. Legend has it that long ago the woman sat the baby on the edge of the old well as she was drawing water. The baby fell in and drowned. The mother's ghost has been seen in the cemetery, and some say that you'll hear a baby's cry if you drop a rock into the well at the center of the cemetery at night. Crescent Hotel. The Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs is one of the best-known haunted hotels in the United States. At one point a hospital, the hotel hosted patients who would allegedly enter the facility alive but never leave due to faulty medical practices. Ghosts of the unfortunate patients are said to still haunt the building. I've actually never heard of the Crescent Hotel, which is crazy because it's apparently one of the best known in the United States. Maybe I'll have to stay there. This next one is the Allen House. Located in Monticello, the Allen House was constructed circa 1900 and has had multiple reported instances of hauntings. The ghost of a young woman who haunts the upper and lower floors of the mansion is spoken most often. The specter is said to disappear and reappear in different locations around the house. Disembodied footsteps and voices are claimed to be heard on the house's upper floors. Pea Ridge Military Park. Pea Ridge Military Park has visitors who've claimed hearing ghostly musket fire in the middle of the night. Some have reported seeing the ghost of the Battle of Pea Ridge on the premises and say they've been followed by spirits that they can't see. Arlington Resort. Despite claims to the contrary of being haunted, no one understands why guests at the Arlington Resort in Hot Springs reportedly see ghosts in old-style dresses wandering the hallways. Wine bottles are said to fall from the shelves on their own. Lights reportedly flicker, and room 824 is especially said to have strong paranormal activity. Springfield Des Arc Bridge. An iron bowstring truss bridge that stretches over the Cadron Creek, the Springfield Bridge Des Arc Bridge is said to be very haunted. Visitors claim they've heard ominous noises, a girl's scream and a baby's cry have been heard, but no source of the sound were located in the area and around the bridge. Primrose Lane. Residents in Paragould, who live near Primrose Lane, say they've seen the ghost of a man and his dog in the area in nearby woods. As the story goes, the man allegedly shot himself and his canine companion passed away sometime later. Radar Road. Some who live on the outskirts of Rogers say they've seen a ghost-like rider on horseback riding down Radar Road. That's something to behold. Arkansas even has its own Headless Horseman legend. And then this is Bono Bridge. Although the original bridge was demolished in 2011, the area where the Bono Bridge is located is still said to be haunted. As local legend has it, people would stand on the bridge and look at the railroad tracks below. As the train approached, the watcher felt the sudden terror of nearly getting struck. Creepy noises and apparitions are said to still appear in the area where the bridge once was. Woodson Lateral Lights. Rumor has it that eerie, ghostly sights appear at night in Woodson. Many who traveled on Woodson Lateral Road after sundown claim to have seen these haunting lights that were followed by them for an indefinite period of time. Wolf Bayou Bridge. Although it was replaced in 2005, the Wolf Bayou Bridge in Scott is still a hot topic with Arkansas ghost hunters. According to legend, a mother and her young child both died after driving on the bridge. Visitors who venture to the spot at night might see an ethereal figure in white or even experience sudden vehicle trouble after crying out, "Mama Lou, I've got your baby." Gurdon Light. At various times during the night, some claim a haunting light can be found in Gurdon, Arkansas, along the railroad tracks. As the story goes, the source of the light is from the lantern of a railroad employee's ghost. The story behind the employee's death varies. Some claim the man was killed in a fight near the tracks, while others say he was struck by a train. Tilly Willy Bridge. I like the name of that one. Even though the Tilly Willy Bridge itself was demolished a few years ago, the legend lives on. The story behind the haunting claims that a woman killed herself and her child after she drove off the bridge almost 40 years ago. The ghostly death car was often seen driving across the bridge at night. The ghost of the driver is said to still haunt the area today. This last one is called the Folk Monster. Likely the most popular and scariest of legends in Arkansas, the Folk Monster can be likened to Bigfoot, except far more ominous. 2 films and several frighteningly well-told stories have been based around this local legend. Okay, and now I'm going to look at the Arkansas urban legends and see if we can find some different stories to read about. Okay, so this one says the Arkansas State Capitol. There was actually the Arkansas Highway 365 again, where the girl was hitchhiking, but we already read about that, so I'm not going to read that one. But I thought it was cool that it was involved in both of them, so I guess that's like a really popular urban legend there. But again, this is Arkansas State Capitol. Did you know that the Arkansas State Capitol, as we know it today, was built on the grounds of the former Arkansas State Penitentiary? During the excavation of the foundation around 1899, long-forgotten rotten wood coffins were unearthed, revealing the remains of the state's past criminals. These days in the basement, disembodied voices have been heard. The 1932 tragedy of Representative Ira Gurley being crushed to death by the Capitol's south elevator has been tied to the same elevator acting on its own accord. In other parts of the building, visitors and state employees have reported seeing a woman dressed in period clothing floating down the marble staircases. And then this is the Hornibrook House. Originally built as the most extravagant dwelling in the state by wealthy saloon keeper James H. Hornibrook, the house currently operates as the Empress of Little Rock, a luxury bed and breakfast. Several paranormal encounters have been witnessed by owner Robert H. Blair, workers, and guests. Blair saw a period-dressed gentleman, complete with a top hat, floating down the stairs. While restoring the secret poker room in the attic, hired painter Jimmy Watts found himself locked out, even though no handle or lock was on the door yet. When he returned with a screwdriver to let himself back in, Watts saw the door was now open and the same image of a man that Blair previously witnessed appeared before him. Mount Holly Cemetery. Located at Broadway and 12th Street in Little Rock, Mount Holly Cemetery is the final resting place for many notable Arkansans, that's what it is. Several reports of paranormal sightings and photographs taken at the property have been made, including apparitions of people dressed in period clothing and bright lights and mists. Some visitors have claimed that statues have been mysteriously relocated to the lawns of nearby houses. The sounds of a flute echo have also been heard, and trinkets and small items have been known to appear and disappear around the graves. And then I believe this is in Roland. I'm pretty sure it's like separated by location, so I believe this is in Roland. It's called Natural Steps. A unique geological formation along the banks of the Arkansas River, Natural Steps is a small town with an unsettling history of buildings, structures, and people disappearing. Days after a couple's wedding atop the Natural Steps, the groom perished from a sudden and mysterious illness. Overwhelmed with grief, the widow disappeared after the funeral, many believe by committing suicide by jumping off the Natural Steps. Residents and visitors alike have since reported seeing a woman in white strolling within the town. During the Civil War, Confederate forces are believed to have sunk their own gunboat containing vast sums of gold in order to keep Union troops at bay. 3 Confederate soldiers died during the explosion, and their graves can be found in the town's cemetery. Legend has it, on moonlit nights, the ghosts of the 3 soldiers march in a single-file line to the Arkansas River to uncover their hidden treasure. Okay, and I'm gonna be honest, some of these are like kind of boring, like a little boring, and they're kind of repetitive, and some of them we've also read in the other articles, so I think I'm gonna stop there. But that is all I'm gonna read for now. I'm actually so surprised there are so many haunted places in Arkansas. Like, that was never a place that I thought, like, I wanna visit Arkansas, but now I think I wanna go. If you live in Arkansas, you have to let me know if you've ever been to any of these places, if you live near any of these places, and any experiences you've had if you have been to these places. How many times can I say the word places in one sentence? California is up next, which I'm actually very excited for because I live right next to California, and so I could potentially go to these places if I really wanted to. If I really want to put myself through the torture of going to a haunted place, which I do. I do want to put myself through that because I love going to haunted places. So I'm very excited for California, and I'm really glad that you guys seem to be liking this series. I know you guys are just excited to hear about like your hometowns or like the places near you. That's probably what I'd be most excited for, and so I can't wait to get to like every single one of your places. It's like, I don't know. I'm excited. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I love y'all. I will see you in the next one. Bye! I feel like my voice was raspier than usual in this video. I've been recording and streaming so much. Also, by the way, I've been streaming a lot more on Twitch, so if you guys are interested in coming to my live streams and hanging out, I post on my community tab whenever I go live. I also tweet whenever I go live, and sometimes I put it on Instagram, but I don't really put it on Instagram like ever. But if you want to watch my live streams and just hang out and talk to me and talk to my chat and get to know people in the community, I will have my Twitch linked down below. I typically do like just chatting streams where I just sit there and I talk to chat and I answer your questions, and we go on these like tangents. We just have conversations basically. And then sometimes I'll play video games, but that's like rare, like few in between. Like, I usually do just chatting. But my streams are a lot of fun. I highly recommend checking them out because I love y'all and I want to hang out with you. It's so much fun hanging out with my chat and like getting to know you guys and getting to know like my community a little bit better, because my streams are a little bit smaller, and so it's like easier for me to like read the chat and actually get to know you guys. It's like really cool. It's way more personable than YouTube, because on YouTube I'm just like talking to myself, it feels like. Well, actually no, that's a lie. I do feel like I'm talking to you guys when I film videos. Like, I feel like I'm talking to my friends. But on stream it's like live and I really am talking to you guys, and it's just really cool. I don't know. I love streaming. But I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I'm gonna go. I love y'all. See ya.